Alright gang, Xerjoff's best fragrances to wear spring and summer. I know we're in spring and almost summer is around the corner, but I wanted to put together a video of fragrances from this house that are perfect to wear in spring and summer. And I always say there's no rules, wear what you want, when you want it, and what you want to wear. But a lot of you do follow these rules of wearing a specific kind of fragrance for spring and summer, or summer and then winter and things like that. And I think these will be perfect if you fit into that category. So find out about fragrances from Xerjoff that are perfect to wear spring and summer. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Sebastian. Yes, today we're talking about Xerjoff's spring-summer fragrances. There's a total of 10 here. It's a top 10 list. It's ranked. And then I have one bonus option as well. Of course, I don't have every single fragrance from a house, so you might be wondering where a certain fragrance is, and I might not have it, so I can't feature it. So if you have a favorite that's not here, do let me know what it is so I can check it out. But these are some of my favorite fragrances. And you know, Xerjoff does great gourmands. They also do great oud fragrances, but they have some great freshies as well. I'll let you know what they are before I let you know, though, if this is your first time tuning in and you haven't subscribed, please click the subscribe button and also click the bell so you'll be notified for future videos and giveaways. Let's jump right into this. We're going to the fragrance for number 10. It's the new sketchbook collection, P33, this one right here. So this is a fresh take on a kind of a green cypressy ambery fragrance, and there's a little bit of a fruitiness here, and it's bergamot, iris, cypress, grapefruit, apples, cinnamon, cedarwood, pink pepper, musk, and amber. This does remind me a little bit of Decas. I don't know why it does. Some of you say it doesn't remind you of Decas. It does to me, and I think it's that kind of bubblegumminess with the amber in the base, and that kind of hints at the other fragrance. But this is a lot fresher and definitely a lot greener. There's that cypress note in here, along with loads of bergamot. There's definitely a powdery quality here and a fruitiness as well, and I think it's this fruitiness that kind of reminds me of juicy fruit gum. A little bit here, a little more in Decas, and this one also is less ambery in comparison to Decas. But it's a great fragrance to wear in the summertime if you want something a little different, a little ambery, a little fresh, and also a little fruity and bubblegummy. So it's a sketchbook collection P33 from Xerjoff. That is starting the video off today at number 10. Moving on to number 9, this is Xerjoff's Renaissance. That's it right here. This particular fragrance, you know, I have a friend that's obsessed with this particular fragrance. They absolutely love it. They're not like really deep in the fragrance community. They're just, you know, from afar away, they'll dabble into fragrances. I didn't include this particular fragrance in my top 20 Xerjoff fragrances video. I am featuring it here though in the citrus or the fresh fragrances for a video. But definitely there's a lot of mintiness here. It's lots of mint with Mandarin, Bergamot, Petitgrain, lime, amber, lily of the valley, cedar, musk, and patchouli. I do like the fact that they throw in that kind of green lily of the valley note. It's not necessarily classic smelling, might have a little hint of it, but this is all about mint with loads of citruses, lots of it, including the Mandarin, the Bergamot, and the Petitgrain with lime, and it does have a little bit of an ambery quality. It's fresh, and I know a lot of folks love this particular fragrance. It's lower ranked for me because I prefer some of the other citruses or fresh fragrances. So Xerjoff's Renaissance is a fragrance for you guys to check out when you want the idea of mint and citruses with some flowers. Moving on to ACCENTO, this one right here. This is at number 8. This is a very unique fragrance in that I think it's going to be something like a Ventus. It's not, because it does have pineapple, but this has hyacinth, a very, very unique flower note that I love. I love this flower in the springtime. It smells fantastic. It's captured here, but it doesn't really have too much of a presence with the hyacinth. A lot of the other notes kind of tone it down, but there's lots of musk here as well. So it's musk, hyacinth, pineapple, iris, vetiver, jasmine, amber, pink pepper, vanilla, and patchouli. It's a unique fragrance that I like. I wear. It's kind of an everyday kind of a wear. It's not like its other fragrance, the overdose version of this, which I am absolutely obsessed with. This one seems a little more like everyday rather than like, oh my god, it's a wow kind of a fragrance. But still, it's a very, very fresh fragrance and a floral and fruity at the same time. Definitely worth checking out. It's ACCENTO from the house of Xerjoff. If you don't know that one, let me know. As I said, I prefer Overdose. ACCENTO Overdose is amazing. It is way at the top of the list. I'll tell you where it ends up. But ACCENTO kind of is in the bottom more. All right, moving on to Kobe. This is one of the trio of super citruses from Xerjoff, which also includes UDEN and Neo. Kobe, you know, I love this fragrance. I really do love it, but it somehow ended up here because I was putting the list together and the other fragrances just appealed to me more at this time. But Kobe is a kind of a powdery, ambery fragrance with lots of musk, tonka beans, neroli, petitgrain, orange flower, bergamot, orange as a fruit. It's definitely on the powdery side, and it's a citrus fragrance, but powdery and ambery at the same time. And it kind of reminds me a little bit of A Pomme from the house of Maison Francis Kurkdjian. It's discontinued fragrance. This kind of does remind me of it. And I guess it could also kind of remind me of a little bit of Gautier too. It's that kind of a ambery, kind of orangey, orange blossomy kind of experience. Powdery for sure. And it's a great fragrance. Sadly, it's at number 7, but I think it's still definitely really, really great. All of these fragrances are really, really great, but as we get closer and closer to the top spot, they're going to be even better and better. At number 6, it is MEFISTO GENTILUOMO. This is the only male targeted fragrance that I have in this. The rest of them are unisex. And Xerjoff doesn't really do a lot of male versus female targeted. They're all unisex fragrances. But I think this particular fragrance is specifically targeted to men because it does have all this kind of like shaving, grooming, kind of barbershop-y accessories and things like that for this one. They have a great beard oil that I use once in a while. It's absolutely great smelling. I love it. And this is a very, very fresh barbershop-y fragrance. Really, really classy and sophisticated, and also very, very herbal. It's citruses, lavender, orris, sandalwood, cedar, grapefruit, violet, amber. There's the experience of stems here, like herb stems, and that's kind of what I like about it. When I wear this fragrance and then I put the oil on, all I smell is the stems, like the herb stems. So good. It's oily. It's a beard oil, right? It's soothing and calming at the same time because loads of lavender. So if you like the idea of lavender with citruses, some orris, there's definitely a butteriness here and creaminess from that sandalwood and orris together, and this zing from the citruses. I highly recommend this one. GENTILUOMO, or MEFISTO GENTILUOMO from Xerjoff, is really, really great. The next fragrance is definitely one of the super citruses again. It's Neo. Neo is super yummy. It's delicious. It's a bergamot focused fragrance, but there's definitely a little bit of a classic quality about it, reminiscent of classic men's kind of citrus fragrances like Chypre styles or barbershop aromatic styles. This is a unisex fragrance though. It features vetiver, jasmine, bergamot, neroli, pink pepper, green leaves, Guaiac wood. But if you like the idea of bergamot citruses, really, really tart kind of citruses with the grassy floral take on them, definitely check out Neo. I think it's a great fragrance to wear in the summertime and one of the best bergamot focused fragrances. So Neo at number 5. And I'm featuring this one here too because I was obsessed with this one when I first started wearing it. It is kind of a thicker fragrance, like denser, but it smells great in the heat. This is Xerjoff Save Me. Boy, is it good. But this is uber floral, like loads of flowers here with mimosa, tuberose, gardenia, ylang-ylang, chamomile, pink pepper, jasmine, sandalwood, and musk. Man, it is super delicious. Lots of different flowers, all kinds, yellow, white. Together, they make magic. And of course, the chamomile throws in a kind of a ozonic herbal kind of an experience here, kind of grassy, a little hay-like, a little minerally, but some spice in there as well. And it just is a great smelling fragrance. And in the heat, this one is super amazing. It's long lasting, it has great projection, and definitely deserves the number 4 spot. So Save Me at number 4. So at number 3, it's the third of the 3 super citruses from Xerjoff, which features Kobe, Neo, and this is UDEN at number 3. And this is a little more complex citrus fragrance, but still it's a great smelling citrus fragrance. It gets warm though. It's vanilla, coffee, musk, loads of citruses, rum, and sandalwood. You know, the idea is really great, and I feel like there's also tonka beans here because there's that kind of bitter almondy nuttiness in here, a little tobacco-ish touch. But it's a great fragrance to wear. Once again, it's warm, it has warmth and ambery touches, but it wears great in the heat, and I absolutely love it. All 3 of these 3 super citruses smell wonderful. They're really great, and they go in different directions. And if you want the very, very fresh one, you want the very, very powdery floral one, or more of the vanillic one, you got the option. options. So UDEN is at number 3. Number 2 is ACCENTO Overdose. This is super amazing and I love it in the heat. In the heat, it is great. It's green notes, fruits, pine, eucalyptus, jasmine, lily of the valley, rose, and balsams. There's definitely a balsamic ambery experience in the dry down, but it's lots of flowers, definitely green flowers. There's the lily of the valley here, lots of it, really, really delicious. Lots of fruits as well. There's a fruitiness, but this is more fresh fruits, not dry fruits, because it also has that pineapple. So I'm getting things like mango, maybe a little bit of apricot, just like a little bit non-distinct fruits that are definitely running the show here. And then of course the jasmine and the rose, and it's got like a woody backbone there. There's a woodiness under there that's kind of present when you wear it, and of course it has such great longevity and such great projection, especially when it's hot outside and a little wind hits you and that whiff, that smell. It's a little orgasmic. So Xerjoff ACCENTO Overdose is at number 2. And the number 1, I've been recommending this one. I think it's a super amazing fragrance from this house. It's Torino 21. It's a great mint fragrance. Did you notice that Renaissance is at number 9 and this is another mint fragrance and it's way at number 1. I really love this mint fragrance. I was almost about to say mint tea, and I've been mentioning this reminds me of boiled lemons and herbs together and to drink as a tea, because there's definitely like a tea-like quality here and it has a very, very cozy experience. And I like that because sometimes in the summertime when it's really hot outside, the heat kind of exhausts me and I want something a little soothing and comforting, and this one definitely does that. But it's all about mint, verbena, musk, lemon, basil, blackcurrant, lavender, thyme, and jasmine. As I said, just imagine boiling a pot of lemons with all these herbs, nice beautiful fusion of citruses and aromatics, and drinking it. It's very cozy, and that's the experience here, and that's why I love this at number 1. Torino 21 at number 1, and that's the top 10 list, guys. There might be a few other fragrances out there. I didn't have them, but if I'm missing anything, do put a comment down, let me know what it is. And what do you think about these fragrances? Do you like them? Are you curious to try them? And how do you like my ranking? Would you turn anything around, switch it around, change things? Let me know. Put a comment down so I can find out. Either way, guys, thanks so much for watching today's video. If you have any questions or comments, please do list below. Please like this video. Please share it. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye. I do have one bonus fragrance, and I didn't fit in the top 10, so I'm including it as a bonus. This is Xerjoff 1986. Now this one, to me, it's not a wow fragrance. It's a decent fragrance, but it doesn't do too much for me, but still definitely something I wanted to highlight. It's green tea absolute, mandarin essence, cardamom, orange blossom, and that's pretty much all the notes you get here. And this one to me has a tea-like quality, but I get more of like a cozy tea experience with Torino 21 versus this one. This one to me just feels like a spicy citrus combo with a little bit of that tea kind of quality. But you know, there's fans of this one out there. Maybe you like it, but it's just not doing it too much for me, and I just want to highlight and let you guys know that it is available, and it's definitely a fresh kind of citrus and spicy concoction from the house of Xerjoff. So 1986 is the bonus fragrance for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, and happy Memorial Day. It is Memorial Day today. I guess I'm doing a summer themed fragrance videos this particular weekend. I hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for another video tomorrow. Bye bye.